am I being too sensitive or are you too insensitive? Am I too sensitive or are you too detached from your own emotion? That's the real question. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. If you're new on this channel, then welcome to the team. If you're returning back, I'm very happy to have you back. So first and foremost, for this first video of 2023, I would like to wish all of you a happy new year 2023. I wish and pray that this year may be better than the previous years. I wish that, God answer all your questions. I wish for a fulfilled year. I wish for a year of accomplishment, for a year of intimacy with the Lord, for a year of increased relationship with the Lord. Above all, I wish you great health, because without health, we are nothing. 2023, especially in the beginning of 2023, I want to start most of my topic about self-improvement, investing in yourself, knowing who you are, and most importantly, knowing who you are according to the Bible, who that God said that you are. Knowing, like I say, your strength, knowing your weaknesses, and accepting them. Knowing what is your limit and accepting them. So here I come with my first topic, which is talking about the topic of being highly sensitive or too sensitive. I decided to talk about this topic because it's very dear to my heart, because I consider myself as somebody who can be at times too sensitive. I know it. I mean, I'm one of those people that I would say that I'm very emotional, being too sensitive. And I would say the past years, I've heard quite a lot of time about you are being too sensitive, or you are just exaggerating. Why are you making a big deal out of it? It's nothing. And you know what? Why it may be easy for other people out there to say that, you have to understand that for someone who is highly sensitive or who is too sensitive, the number one thing that you should never tell them is that they are too sensitive. I mean, saying that to them, although it's true, it's going to hurt them. So if you love somebody and you realize that they're very sensitive as a person, please, if you really love them, don't tell them sure they're too sensitive. They don't need to hear that. They don't need you to validate who they are. They already know. You have to understand that, when somebody is highly sensitive or they are too sensitive, first off, before they realize that they're too sensitive, they get into that phase where they realize that, they are different from other people. They know that something is different with them, but they don't know exactly what it is. And something different does not have to be wrong. Let's be straight right now. Something different is not necessarily wrong. Unfortunately, society nowadays try to put us, and people who are too sensitive, as if it was something wrong. But we'll get to them. So I was just saying that people who are too sensitive, they are aware of it. Or if they are not aware of it in the beginning, they know that something is different. As they start learning more about themselves, like people like me, like I say, I know it. I embrace the fact that yes, I am too sensitive, and I even develop mechanism for myself to protect myself as somebody who is too sensitive, and also to deal with the inconvenience, or to deal with the cons of being a highly sensitive person. So I've done my share duty of of who I am, how to deal with it. So I know that. So as of now, like I said, I can say that I'm fine. I'm fine. Somebody can tell me actually you're too sensitive, and I'll be like, and so what? That's how God created me to be. And so what? What's your point? I mean, I can boldly say that to somebody, because once again, I know who I am. But I'm doing this video especially for all of those people outside who are too sensitive, still trying to figure out themselves, and at the same time having the environment, having the people around them, whether it's the spouse, whether it's the mom, whether it's the friend, bullying them in a sense, or trying to make them feel as less because they are too sensitive. 2023, we have to think better, okay? 2023, we have to stop those nonsense of acting as if being too sensitive is a wrong thing or is a bad thing. First off, you have to think that we are human beings, and the core part of being a human is having emotions. So the fact that we have emotion, the fact that we are too sensitive, doesn't make us a wrong person. Yes, we may be different, but there's nothing wrong. Okay? So the real question that we should ask ourselves is really, am I being too sensitive or are you too insensitive? Am I too sensitive or are you too detached from your own emotion? That's the real question. So once again, like I said, before you try to put a stone at somebody, first off, do your check. Check your fact. What does it mean to be a highly sensitive person? What does it mean what does it even mean to be somebody who is too sensitive? How does it feel to be too sensitive? Try to put yourself into the shoes before you throw at them as if being too sensitive is a weakness. It's something that they should feel ashamed of. It's something that is so wrong that they have to hide their emotion. No. Today I come in 2022, like I said, to encourage all my people out there who are deemed being too sensitive or highly sensitive, whether it is in the relationship, whether it is in the marriage, whether it is in the relationship with the parents, wherever it is. I'm just here, like I said, to encourage them and say that, you know what? You are wonderfully created by our Creator, and you are perfect. You are just the way God intended you to be, and yes, you are sensitive, and that's fine, and that's okay. That's how God wanted you to be. You have to understand one thing. For those people outside, like I say, who try to emphasize as if being too sensitive is the wrong thing, you have to understand that for somebody to be too sensitive first, you don't choose to be too sensitive or not too sensitive. I mean, some people may, in quotation, choose to be too sensitive based, let's say, on trauma, based on past trauma. Somebody who have been going through a lot, maybe bullying as a child, maybe they didn't receive all the love that they should receive. Somebody with a lot of past trauma, as a coping mechanism or as a way to defend themselves, can become very sensitive to certain things. It's like every time you tell them something, they may react because it reminds them of unresolved injury, unresolved trauma that happened in the past. However, based on research, if you look around, it says that there is 15 to 20% of the world population who are deemed highly sensitive. So it's a thing, it's a trait. A trait is like it is in your DNA. It is who you are. It's part of who you are. It means that since conception, since you were in the womb of your mom, it was already part of you. And once again, like I said, because my child is Christian based, you have to understand that God does not make any mistake. He had 9 months to tweak you in the womb of your mom. The Bible says that He knows exactly how many hair we have. Since the womb of our mom, He knew who we are before we came to earth. So he had enough time to tweak us to say, you know what, this one will come out of it and they will judge you. So let me make you the way they want you to be. But no. He wanted us just the way we are. Yes, too sensitive. Yes, too emotional. Yes, crying for no reason. Yes, crying for the little things. Yes, sometimes maybe complaining or maybe talking for what you guys call just the little things. But yes, that's how he wanted us to be. And that's fine. That's okay. So like I said, 2022, this is almost like a little rant that I'm doing for all those people out there, like I say, who try to put people who are too sensitive as, being a bad thing. Once again, like I said, every time when I heard about, myself being too sensitive, I've heard it the wrong way. I've heard it in a way as if, just to discredit, my feeling. Oh, you just exaggerating. Really? Are you going to cry for this thing? Oh, that's too much. Come on. How? Come on. I heard, just change. Come on. You need to stop that. You need to change. Change how? Should I rebirth myself? If it's true that it's a trait, like I said, for me personally, like I said, I have not done any tests that said that I'm highly sensitive. However, like I said, knowing my own self, I know that I am a very sensitive person. Now, is it in the category of somebody being highly sensitive? I am not sure yet, but like I said, I know myself that I'm very sensitive, that sometimes it takes practice for myself to really deal with certain emotion. It takes practice for myself to really not fall into that category of you are being too much, because like I said, I know that that's how I am. In the beginning, it was hard for me to accept. Once again, like I said, I knew that I was different, not wrong. I knew I was different, but it was hard for me to accept. So when people from outside come and let me know, especially when it's people that you trust, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your mom telling you, you know what, you're just too sensitive. For a little thing, you just exaggerate. It does hurt. It does hurt. So like I said, 2023, let us treat each other with respect. Let us treat each other with the same integrity, the same that we want. It's important to understand that, as a community, we are all created differently with different emotion, and that is okay. So you have to understand, like I said, that being highly sensitive is not necessarily bad. You spouse out there, if it's true that it's in the gene, you have to understand that she did not choose to be this way. So be gentle with your word, because once again, like I say, it hurts. We know who we are. We don't need you to validate our feeling of who we are. And that's okay. As we know who we are working on that. So stop those nonsense. Stop telling us we are too sensitive. No, we are exactly just the way that God wanted us to be. Being too sensitive, you know what? It helps us to empathize better with the world. It helps us to connect to that deeper level with many people. In this area where we talk about depression, where we talk about suicide that's happening, at such a high rate, whether it's in the younger population or the older population, our superpower as being too sensitive is needed. Because nowadays, like I say, people will go they'll go on Facebook, they'll go to social media and act as if everything is okay. You will not know that something is wrong. But as being a highly sensitive person or being a too sensitive of a person, you are able pick up those stimulus just by it's not magic, no, but it's just that you have that ability at times. Maybe just the way people talk, the way they interact, maybe if you know them before and you can see that switch in behavior, things that, like I say, maybe other people may not really notice because they are too busy to worry about the world around us. For us being too sensitive, at times, you are able to catch those little tweaks when somebody may start to refrain from order. And so those skills, like I say, those skills that superpower is needed. It's needed maybe to, let's say, today to help somebody get out of depression. It needed to help somebody actually maybe escape suicide and much more. I've developed coping mechanism. But many of us out there, many people out there who are highly sensitive or too sensitive have not developed that. For others, it's still in progress. And while they are working through the progress, they are being hurt by you, like I say. When I say you recognize yourself. If you're one of those people out there that tends to always pick on other people, you recognize yourself. 2023, we're going to start strong. Strong with what? With self-love, with self-confidence, with knowing who we are as a person. Yes, like I said, God does not make any mistake. He created the way we are for a reason. So yes, we're going to acknowledge it. Yes, we are highly sensitive. Yes, we are too sensitive. And it's okay. It's okay to be too sensitive. So I hope that this video blessed somebody out there. I hope that, if you are one of those people out there who have been told that you are too sensitive, that you learn from this video, you know what? You are perfectly fine. It's okay to be sensitive. Once again, you are the way God wanted you to be. There is a need for people like you, like me in this society right now. There's a need for us because, we are able to discern, to cap on things that other people cannot feel. So it is okay. Don't try to, once again, don't try to feel like you have to maybe sometimes refrain your emotion. No, be you, be yourself. Don't feel hurt, or don't like I say, don't refrain yourself because of other. No, be you. That's how God wanted you to be. And if you're one of those people out there that used to, like I say, pick on other people, saying that they are too sensitive, this message is also for you. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to realize, like I say, that being too sensitive at times, depending on what case, every case is different. It starts since the womb. It's ingrained in the nervous system. It's something that, as things happen, people who are highly sensitive, they tend to react quickly and deeply to those stimuli. What should they do? I mean, can you stop your brain from processing? No. Eventually, there are mechanisms to guard yourself, so you're not too hard and much more. That will be part 2 of my video of highly sensitive people. But definitely, like I say, if you're one of those people out there, if you are a spouse, if you are a mother that tend to tell your kids or tend to tell your loved one about how sensitive they are, just for you to know that it's hurtful, you need to stop. You need to respect the feeling. You need to understand that they are different. And that's okay. Allow that time to know who they are. Allow that time to also find coping mechanism to deal with you. But don't keep on pushing and pushing. It's hurtful. And 2023, like I say, we don't need that. We want to close door to any negativity. We are all created perfectly and wonderfully by God. We are all God creature and we are all wonderfully made. So once again, stop the bullying, stop the judging of other people. And until I see you guys next time for part 2 of hypersensitive people, I will say goodbye and may God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.